How's it going, everybody? Been a while. It's Ben from the Ben and Bev channel, and today we're going to be talking about Jordan Peele's newest film, Nope. As you can tell from this trailer, this movie's a little bit of the surreal thriller element mixed in UFO overhang. Big sense of dread throughout the film is what really drives it together, and present even from the first frame. We're gradually introduced to the relationship between OJ, played by Daniel Kaluuya, and his father, as they both train horses on the Haywood Ranch, the first ranch in Hollywood, as you have seen from the phenomenal monologue in the trailer most likely. First black man on film was their another great grandfather. And since then, they've been trying to have another big success to keep their California ranch open, despite business not being successful as it's been in the previous years. And on a date when his father really wants his sister to be there, OJ and him begin to have a serious conversation where exactly their next big break is going to land them. And it's amidst this conversation that we have our first instance. We're just going to call it the incident because of a spoiler-free review. But weird things start to happen, and that plot dynamic and the direct twist to modern day I thought was a little interesting, but that introductory scene really set up OJ as our lead. He's a very stoic, quiet character, so every time Daniel Kaluuya is on screen, the things he does say have so much impact, and in fact, it's mainly the things he does. Anytime he does show emotion, it's felt times 10, and that works really well with an actor like Daniel Kaluuya because he has such a great demanding presence. His desire to keep the business going and keep this ranch that his father gave to them despite all of their financial worries is the main drive of the film. And though no one quite sees the vision the same, it isn't really discussed between him and his sister or character Angel later in the movie, the guy that sets up all the electronics in their house for them and begins to have a little bit of suspicions about what exactly is going on. He's a pretty great sense of comic relief, and once again, Jordan Peele really ties the comedy into this horror genre. Despite there being an amazing amount of suspense and some extremely eerie and surreal moments, the movie has a really great sense of comedy that gives you a moment to breathe despite it being during some of the most tense scenes. When I say tense scenes, I mean it. There's moments where just the audio itself is what sends chills down your spine as you're sitting in the theater. The immensity, the way that certain things lit in and out of the skyline or just over the view makes you look for every detail going on within the film. The use of sound and soundtrack is tied so well to the cinematic mountain landscape because they're down in this valley and any little noise you hear is amplified times 10. So whether it's music that Keke Palmer's character's putting on or Yeun doing a phenomenal job trying to wrangle in something bigger than he could ever catch. His character is also a very small dynamic of the film, but it has a really interesting side story involving a children's show and an ape and an incident that happened on that. I don't want to dive too far into that either because that's very big spoiler territory, which most of this movie is. To be fair, Jordan Peele does a great job of peeling back the layers of perception. It's these little discoveries similar to my vacation I just had where every foot of the mountain you climb there's a whole new view or perspective of the situation going on, and as much of an immensity as it is, the situation itself is even bigger than the very predator they're looking to capture. And that predator-prey analogy is hinted at throughout the film, and a lot of great examples and parables are told via camera rather than by dialogue. Overall, Nope is another phenomenal example of Jordan Peele doing exactly what we know him best to do, hitting it out of the park. Whatever movie he's attempted so far, at least in my opinion, he's given us something new, something bigger, and shown it to us in a different lens, or at least in a lens that we haven't seen in a while. And though there's a lot of Spielberg tropes, even down to the soundtrack with a lot of live instrumentation over just weird ethereal sounds, it's that mixing of cinematography, great acting, and phenomenal tone shifting that really give this movie its sense of body. He's able to make you jump at the slightest movements, and he's able to tell a story by letting you read information with all of your senses. The general sense of terror and suspense that he brings to this movie, with a heart and soul character drama written into the plot and showing us a new take on the mysterious sci-fi genre. The characters really come off as real people. Some of the reactions are just as excited as you would expect, and some of the other ones are a little more eccentric than you'd imagine, but nothing without the realm of possibility. All the actors did great. It leaves me even more excited for Jordan Peele's next work. And though it may not be as initially shocking as Get Out or as bizarrely mind-blowing as Us, I thought that Nope offered a more palatable tasting of cinematic excellence, something I'm hoping to see more from Mr. Peele in the future. My rating for Nope is a 9 out of 10. I know I didn't jump too in-depth with this review, but really it's those big reveals and some pretty large twists when it comes to the very thing they're looking for itself that add to the film. Also truly phenomenal shots. Have you guys seen Jordan Peele's newest film? Let us know which one of his is your favorite in the comments below. We'll see you guys next time. Ben and Bev, out.